Morning, everyone. I'm going to make this short and sweet, and the headline is Bad News is Good News. The Fed numbers were horrendous, and last month's payroll numbers were revised down. So today, all of the talking heads, the teleprompter readers, were busy with estimates of 1 million to 1,700,000, a decrease in the unemployment rate, and an increase in labor participation, none of which they got. Payrolls were up 266,000. The unemployment rate was up to 6.1, and the labor participation rate was a dismal 61.7. To give you an idea of what some of this stuff looked like, at 8 o'clock, the futures were Dow futures up 78, NASDAQ up 21, and the S&P up 7. Right now, the Dow is down 28, but the NASDAQ is up 200. And the S&P has also doubled to up 15. So basically, more stimulus, less demand for cutting back on any of the entitlements. And the chart on the screen, as you can see, is the silver. It's somewhat subdued, but after a move yesterday of 95 cents, any move back to the upside here would be decent. This morning, also pre-market or pre-new, news. I'll show you where the futures were. The oil was down 18. It is now down 28. The gold was up 4. It's now up 21. The silver was down 8 cents. It's now up 18 cents and has been up an additional 15 cents on top of that. The dollar was slightly lower, down a nickel. It's now down 46 cents. The bonds were up 4 ticks. They're now up 23, and they have been up almost a whole dollar more than that. I think the bonds are a short here. And the 10-year, which was trading around 157, the last I saw on the screen was about 150. So, as I said, except for the Dow, which everybody has said was the savior index here because it was old industrials and value, etc., now has turned the other way. The gold is up 1.5%. The S&P is now up about same thing, about 15, and ought to be an interesting day. On the news front, we had a big reversal last night in Peloton, went from 78 to 89, currently trading around 88, so that's about unchanged. We had news from Tesla that it looks like no fully autonomous cars this year, which I don't know about you, it doesn't surprise me in the least. We have there's another stock, Chemocentrics, CCXI. This is a stock this was not one of the SPACs. This is a stock that spent from 2012 to 2019 in the neighborhood of $7.50. And then in late 2019, and when I say late, I mean the last week of November, went from $7.92 to $36. I can't find anything on this with the exception of lawyers asking if you lost money in it. The stock made a high, a little double top actually, at $70.21 on the 5th of March, worked its way down on a weekly basis to close last week at 48.33, and this week has just collapsed. Range 49.03 to $10.21. So it's all the way back to where it started. On a daily basis, we had Tuesday 48.66 to 17, closed 26. A little bit of a rally on Wednesday, uh, and it looks like no trading yesterday. No volume yesterday, with a close obviously 27.49 unchanged. And this morning, a gap to the downside, opened 1875, high 1875, low 1021. Last is 12 and a half, down 15 or 55%. So I'll try and find out what's going on with this one, but I'm really pleased with the way that these numbers came out. I'm really hoping that the silver catches up a little here. One of the problems with the silver that doesn't exist with the gold is the fact that it's an industrial metal. And so, bad numbers might affect it. I think it'll catch up. We have our order in again for the 50% up rule, and the other industrial metal, the big winner for the year, copper, is currently trading a shade over 470, which is up a dime. It hasn't been up much more than that today, but as you can see by the chart, it's had a very healthy move up. Let's go to the weekly. And you can see a little bit better that since last summer, when it was trading in the neighborhood of $2 and a quarter, it has moved up to 470. So it's more than a solid double. All right, everyone. Have a good day. Good luck out there, especially you guys who are holding some of those NASDAQ stocks.